Week 16 of the NFL. And we've got CeeDee Lamb. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles on Sunday Night Primetime.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap. As the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rush was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit. But it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Show a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Hurts. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here now the Cowboy offense onto the field to get their first crack at it. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, these 2 teams you might remember met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. And Lance again here on 2nd and 10. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 31. This defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the last week over the Giants.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard.
And he'll get this to the 32. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week.
He was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone
just once.
That doesn't even seem fair.
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down.
On play action, Lance.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down.
And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? When you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it, you presented it, and you're exactly right.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Cowboys put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Buying time to his left. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
They go play action with Hurts.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hurts. That's out to the flat for Swift.
Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. As they've got it as we resume action. Steps away to his left. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks at Taylor's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that in the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays, so let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
And Lance's, and this throw brought in here by Mayer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Lance looking to throw it. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Lance. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection. Nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and maybe an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Lance. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
2nd and 10. Lance looks to throw again. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that's been incomplete from the third attempt?
Yes.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. For the sack by Blake Jalen Carter. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
Desmond King back deep. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
And for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Lance to throw it.
He gets it to Cooks. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
And Lance going to throw. Miller there to bring it in.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Lance.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Henry is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it's 21-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Throwing is Hurts.
Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here's Presley Harvin now.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken on the 25. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
So we reach halftime.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a second down and 9. And Lance now to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jerry Judy
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Tucker with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But, you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Get a look at Jerry Judy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That's what I love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Call that a very 24.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And
this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Eagles 3. Justin Tucker set to
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Here's Hurts to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. Inside the 20. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
And now here come the Cowboys. And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Working from the gun, Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. And as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space. So you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll run. It's Henry. And this time he is in. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here's a toss play right to Swift.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Hurts.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Aiden Hutchinson
In there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
At the 29-yard line.
Now a play fake. Lance.
Eluding the pressure right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have that.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Derrick Henry with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year.
And the Cowboys add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
That's good for the Eagles. First down. 1st and 10.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that'll bring up second down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this off to Swift.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest. Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
Henry again on 2nd down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 48 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
On second down, here's Henry. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Desmond King making the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on third down here.
That he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Trey Lance
from 17 yards out.
And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, escaping the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
This short throw caught by Goddard, and he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
He'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under.
Toward the sideline, intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 95 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Cowboys,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got CD Lamb. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Cowboys and the Saints on Sunday night.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in at 15-0, one win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
It's hard to be frustrated when you throw for nearly 400 yards, but I know he wanted to break that barrier. I think he got the pain eased a little bit when they named him NFC Offensive Player of the Week, though.
Yeah, when you get the award, you know you had the best week in the conference, you'll let it slide. But, hey, that number well within his range. You know he's got the arm to do it in this one. And Lance's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Shotgun now for Lance. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Isaiah Foskey brings him down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. The throw over the middle, taken in. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. So, Charles, you know, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Touchdown! Michael Mayer, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. the very next week struggle to score, almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. The bottom line, how do they get a win?
2nd and 7.
Again, it's Camaro. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Here comes the Saints punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Out of the gun to give to Pollard.
And he's got some space here.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
That good for 19 and a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now Lance.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Well, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college run.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal, and a great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
That is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jerry Jeudy.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
DeForest Buckner, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Back to throw here. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Meanwhile, Lance's this throw brought in here by Mayer.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They got 29 yards that time.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Lance looking to throw it.
Flushed out right. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs.
No foul, that fumble. It's out, it's loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight. And this one is going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
Forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Pollard is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Derrick Henry with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
3rd and 8.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys.
C.D. Lamb with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big score like that, it only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 8. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And he fields it cleanly. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Out comes C.D. Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense.
He's delivered a solid performance so far here in the 2nd quarter.
Everything has been good for him. And right now, if you're on defense, you don't want it to go to great. So you have to just change up coverages and looks on him all the time. Press coverage sometimes, back off and play some man, show some zone, double team him, make it really work for each and every catch.
He's hit the end zone once. Maybe there's more in the tank.
2nd down and 6 now. To throw, it's Lance. He finds Mayer here.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Throw out left, caught by Mayer.
Touchdown! Michael Mayer with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Micah Parsons able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line. But there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on the free kick. And that's a big mistake. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Pollard will take it up the gut. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Flush to his right.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Peyton Turner, his second sack of the night.
A 43-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers, he brings out this offense.
Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, that means his quarterback.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Cowboys are pouring it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First down.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 35 yards. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
First down, Saints.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guy stopping the run.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help their middle.
And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Lance.
This is caught. It's Cooks.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another foot.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys.
C.D. Lamb,
38 yards.
and the Cowboys just continue to roll. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Being chased out left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. He's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle. 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
1st and goal, New Orleans.
Now back to throw. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers, he brings out this offense.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good, and I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked.
2nd down, Pollard again.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
And they'll go for it. Lance. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down by a good couple of yards as they end up getting 6 there on 4th and 4.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Running right, it's Pollard.
And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
126 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
First down, and it's Pollard again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
2nd and a couple.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Now a give here to Pollard. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Cowboys first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Henry.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up second and goal.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Dallas,
they're a win away now from running the table here in the regular season. They moved to 16-0 on the year.
so that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long.
It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we've got CeeDee Lamb, who's now the single-season record holder for receiving with a shot at going over 2,000 yards. It's the Cowboys and the Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys. And this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to the Little League type of ball. But that...
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Cowboys' 12-yard line.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Pickett. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Sanders is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number? Let's say 200 plus.
So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade into 2020, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Lance now to throw.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
And I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent is...
Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. They run again with Harris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And when I was reviewing the stats from last week's game, I actually had to put them down and come back to them later, because when I read it first, I thought it was a typo or a misprint. One thing to hold someone under 100 yards in the game, that's incredible. Under 50? Absolutely exceptional.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this up to the 39. Now Pickett will look to pass it.
Escapes the sack. And that's going to be incomplete.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively, because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to...
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some...
Yeah, to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them is what? Win the division. Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Derrick Henry with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Pittsburgh offense making their way back.
You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond. Not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off play action, Pickett. That is caught, and he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
When I look back at the stats from last week's game, I thought it was a typo. That was a misprint. It's one thing to hold someone under 100 yards in a game. That's phenomenal. Under 50, absolutely exceptional.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So back-to-back games here of great production and just, you know, his cuts. They're so quick last week and this week.
That comes from confidence, I think. He understands what the defense is trying to do, but I think he has so much belief in his offensive line that he's just saying, the block's going to be there. I'm not worried about it. And we saw that last week. In fact, they were so good last week on the flight home. I actually plugged in the game and watched the offensive line play one more time. I was so impressed by them. And they're carrying it over to this week. And, of course, when you got big-time runner behind them, that's a pretty good combination.
Doesn't hurt. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Lance. That one's complete out to Michael Mayer. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward in there to drop in for a loss on the play. Throwing his lance on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's got Mayer complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Lance. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are able to add on to that lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Pickett sets up play action. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for him because you don't...
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. DeForest Buckner busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Pickett back to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And he makes the score 21-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Tony Pollard and his Dallas teammates ready again on offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here. And we'll step. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
He's in the space past the 25.
And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. This duo locked in 14 yards there and a first down. Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big.
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Lance.
Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Lance going to throw.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Pickett's throw brought in by Austin. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Austin is there and brings in another one. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's good for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pickett. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and 2. Here's Pickett. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Looking to throw, Pickett. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Freiermuth. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing on first down is Lance. And he fends him off, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Lance looking to throw it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Tucker's kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. It's Desmond Ridder with a touchdown pass there. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Now, once again, Kenny Pickett leading his offense out.
And Charles' last drive really sharp as ever. 6 of 7, only the one miss and the touchdown pass as well. So clicking.
I would have to think, Brandon, that on the bench, in between series, they went over that last drive and figured out.
There he goes, left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
First and 10, here's Pickett. A short one there to Fronu.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw, Pickett. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers.
A great play there. 27 yards.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie us at 24. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Lance to throw it. Work in the middle of the field.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
But it looks
looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Pollard going to try the right side. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Lance now on first down. That's going to be caught by Judy. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls red routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Throwing his Lance on third down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he's fortunate on that one. Now got another turnover on his ledger.
So a response there to the touchdown, the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think he'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match him touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Pickett, that swung out wide to Harris. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now Pickett. And this pass broken up. And the contact long time there. And now 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken in at the 22. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Lance. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 119 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Lance now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this third and long. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Pollard will take it up the gut, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Now Lance. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And now they'll throw with Lance. And that's going to be incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Pass taken in by Mayer. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Lance going to throw. Throw complete right side to Combs. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one, but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7'5".
Yeah, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. That's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
Tucker's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture of the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Pickett.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Levi Wallace with a pick, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris,
his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Steelers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
To throw, it's Lance.
And got his man complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll try the right side with Henry.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Shotgun now for Lance. That's Mayer, the tight end.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
They'll start the drive with Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. He's got this to Pickens.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Harris running straight ahead.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
On the delay, here's Harris. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell the offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. They'll run again.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Tucker's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So here's Pickett and the Steelers.
Down by 9. A minute 45 to play. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Now Pickett. Pass. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Pickett to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to...
It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Here's Pickett.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Now Pickett. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Cowboys,
they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Steelers,
this loss will mean they finish the season on the wrong side of 500 at 8-9.
And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew.